So I read an article the other day that said automotive industry in 2026 is providing cars with no soul. And I'm here to tell you, the car behind me, the 2026 IS350, is the exception. It has that analog soul that we all know and love. So in today's video, I'm gonna take it for a drive to show you that. I'm Dustin Mason from Performance Lexus in St. Catharines. Make sure you hit like and subscribe for more Lexus related content. Okay, so already getting into the IS, I remind myself how different this package is. So this one is the F design, and I chose it for a specific reason. This is the only way you can get non-F Sport seats in 2026. Because in Canada, the IS350 really only comes F2 and F3. F design is the base, but it gives you the luxury seats that kind of fit for those drivers that don't want the bolsters that hug you so much. Also, it gives us the Palomino interior, which is very hot right now in other cars. So I'm interested to see what you guys think the Palomino in the IS, which is normally sporty. Let's fire it up here. I'm gonna make sure everything is the way I want it. I do really love this interior. I have a whole other video of me talking about, it's like a walk around, like the exterior styling, the interior styling. And a big part of that is the new modern trim that this car has. And some of the buttons and switches and stuff. I think the volume knob being placed in the center here with your armrest is really nice. This package does not have cooled seats, so that's something that we'll just have to live with on this test drive. I'm usually a very big fan of cooled seats, so kind of a big deal. Active sound control. Okay, we got it on medium. We don't want it too overpowering. Let's go for a drive. Canada right now, as we're filming this, is very bright because we're in the summer now. So we have sunlight for longer than normal, so we can do some more driving videos, which is nice. And this interior really brightens it up. I mean, a white on Palomino car is very classy and also really easy to film, I'm not gonna lie. So we have the bigger screen here. It's nice and wide. It's actually super, super wide. Wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. That was huge for 2026 for this car. For the first time ever in the IS, that was a big complaint of previous generations, was that it didn't have that technical advantage. All right, we're just gonna pull out here. Oh, it's already so smooth. I think it's smoother than the last one. We're gonna get on the highway. It's always a good test. The cool thing about the IS is it's smooth and sporty. I am already thinking that this doesn't have the sporty suspension either, because it seems very relaxed. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna punch it a little bit here on the highway. I'm gonna use the paddles, because why not? So analog. That V6 is the reason people should buy this car. This is the 3.5 liter, 300 horsepower V6. It is the definition of tried and true. It's the V6 we've used for many years. It takes premium gas. It's always been in the IS. It's not the most fuel efficient, but it is the most reliable. And that was like when I first got a GS. I got it for the reliability and the engine. It was great. Never had to do anything to that car. Yes, this suspension for sure is the smooth one. I can already tell. We're going the speed limit and it's super comfy and super fun. Like this is a great, although if you can get past how much more fuel efficient things like the new NX are or even the new RX Hybrid, this is a great commuter car because it's also fun. We know you can put tons of mileage on it, which is the point, and it's super smooth. I use the word super so much. I should just say it's smooth. It's smooth. Seating position, always a little funny with taller people because you get tripped out by this B-pillar here. The IS is supposed to be a coupe with 4 doors. Is really what it is. It's not a true sedan. And you know, if I look to my left, there's a B-pillar there, but I can see it's designed in a way that I can see behind the B-pillar for my blind spot, and I can see in front of it. So even though it's there, it's not blocking my whole view, which like if you just sat in it in a showroom, you might think that. It's not the case. I can see the hood. My head has lots of room before the roof. It's a pointed well. I love the new layout. There's really 2 things about the IS as I was like getting ready for this video that I decided I wanted to point out because I don't love these 2 things. And I think it's important to talk about the things we don't love as much as the things we do love. Unless you're in a relationship, just maybe focus on the things you do love. The things I don't love is I miss the analog gauges. Yes, this gauge cluster, it is time to update it. It's been the same for forever, like since 2016. This is crisp. It's the new Lexus digital display. You can customize it. It is good. It's so good. I hate to say that this is something I don't like, but the analog one was so good before. It had an actual physical gauge cluster that moved over, and people always loved it, and I just wish that Lexus maybe kept an element of that, or like, how cool would it have been if Lexus had like a button you press and it turns it back into analog or something? But I get it, we have a lot of information now, we want to keep things uniform, and it's crisp, it's bright, it does its trick. Number 2 is seeing the car in the showroom versus the road. I do forget sometimes how much wheel gap there is. It's not a big deal. This is not a make it or break it for anybody, and it really shouldn't be. But they could stance this car out a little bit. I would probably do that if it was mine. I would maybe just drop it just a couple inches. I get that the reason it's not is so it's more drivable, universally drivable. Like anybody of all ages could drive this car, get in and out of parking spots and curbs and stuff. I want it slammed. I want those wheels tucked in. I want a button to do that. But for this price point, we don't need to expect those types of things. I will say the screen layout is different than some of our other cars because you don't have the quick buttons. So for things like wanting to change the active sound control, which by the way, isn't too bad. It doesn't sound piped in by any means. Or if I wanted to turn on or off some sort of safety feature. We have to go through different menus to get there, which is fine. I always like quick buttons. Proactive driving assist is on the IS now, which is great, because then we can let the car do some of the thinking for us. It's great for long road trips. Not saying this is a road trip car, but if I was going on a road trip solo, a car like this would be great because it's fun to drive and it's smooth. So when you want it to be smooth, it's smooth. And when you want to have some fun on some windy roads, it's still an IS, which has great handling. It always has. This might be the sweet spot. Being the F-Sport design, the seats are super soft and comfortable. As I mentioned, the suspension is soft. And all of those things combined lead to a very usable car. A couple other things as I'm parking, the transmission and the shifting of said transmission is like the classic lever style with the notches in it. This is great because it's connected right to the transmission through the center console, and it's got the old school feel of putting a car in gear. With the new electronic shifters in all new cars, this is not just like Lexus or Toyota, you don't get that. You don't get that feeling of like, watch this, like watch how cool this is, ready? Oh, putting it in. Gear, like that, bam. It's like the equivalent, you're gonna love this, it's like the equivalent of hanging up a phone. Like remember when you used to like be on the phone and you could like hang it up and that meant something? Instead of now it's just like a button on your phone. This is the hanging up the phone of the car world. It's truly mechanically linked to the car, which is great. Visibility is great. If I'm buying an IS350 in 2026, the F-Sport 3 does add some nice goodies. It gives you the parking sensors. You're gonna have Mark Levinson sound system, which on the ISs are always amazing. Gives you different wheels, a different, sportier seat and sportier look. If you're on a budget and you want something comfortable, the F-Sport design is great. Gives you all the styling of the Sport and the comfort, the poise of a luxury IS. I don't know if they're just gonna do it this year, but it's good for now. So I'm gonna put it in sport mode. Oh, that's when it pipes in. It pipes it in more now. Oh, it's not bad. It pipes it in, but in a good way. It'd be cool if we could like make it sound like the IS500, like if we could select like IS500, LFA, all those things, which you see now in cars. We're gonna try getting on the highway with this. You can actually feel the shifts too, like the gear is there. It's a 6-speed, so they're longer gears. It's not always shifting. It's not always trying to keep you in the best RPM range. That's kind of part of it. Oh, you know what? This digital gauge cluster, I know that I was bashing it earlier. It's because it has the latest safety sense. So it's telling me signs around me, like we're pulling up to a yield sign. It's telling you, Dustin, yield. You gotta yield soon. It's telling you speed limits. It's doing all the thinking of modern cars. Technology-wise, it is the modern Lexus. It's got the latest safety system. It's got the latest dash, whether it's the center screen or the gauge cluster, and then mechanically, it is that old school analog IS that we know and love. I know some in the comments of my last video talked about the fact that the center screen, oh, here we go. That the center screen looks like it's just an iPad, slapped on. I like it. I like that they're not trying to hide it. It's just there. It's very easy to use. It's like right where you would want it to be. I usually rest my arm here and the volume is in the center now, so that's great. Cup holders are right there. Spot for your phone in the center, and also there's a wireless charger right there too. Not much wind noise on the highway, and any of our Japanese built Lexuses are always just a step above the excellence that is already set by the other the other factories in the company. The IS has been built in the same factory for so long that you would only expect it to be near perfect. And I get that they got rid of the IS300, and that was a big seller for us, not gonna lie. That was a great price point. The IS350 having the extra ponies, you know what? I'd rather it this way than getting rid of the 350. It's got an interesting sound, that active sound control. It's not what I pictured in my head, the voice of this car. It's actually a little throatier than I expected, which is, it's not a bad thing. By the way, when it comes to IS, it's the only car in the lineup that has a dual meaning to the first letter. So like, I've talked about TX, for instance, the T stands for thoughtful. IS, it actually stands for two things. It stands for intelligent, because this is the smart choice, so an intelligent sedan. Also stands for innovative. And 2026, Lexus innovated this car. They said, let's keep the things people love, the 6-speed, like it would have been easier for Lexus to just swap out this to the new Turbo 4, call it a day. New powertrain, you know, move some stuff around, get rid of the hump. But they said, no, people love the transmission and the engine of the IS. Let's keep that. Let's update the styling to match the rest of the lineup. Like that front end, that kind of looks like the TX. Let's give it wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. Let's give it the latest tech here. Change some things like get the volume knob down here. It's innovative, so it looks very modern inside the fit and finish. Let's call it a day at that. And that's what I love. Not a manufacturer changing things just to change things, but instead changing things that needed to be changed. That, my friends, is what is so great about the 26 IS. So there you have it, some driving impressions of the new 26 IS. And I want the viewers to think about something. When it comes to brands and car manufacturers, Lexus is one that doesn't change things just to change things, but instead are methodical about it. Keep the things people love, like the engine and transmission. Add the things that needed to be changed, like the technology, the multimedia system, and some styling updates. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the IS, and should it have been kept or totally revamped. I'm Dustin Mason from Performance Lexus in St. Catharines. I'll see you in the next video.